got the message that we are alive. Yes.
Excellent. Right.
So when I got sick, it was very sudden. So it was on Wednesday. I still remember, I was at work. It was day like normal day, and in the evening, I got a huge pain in my belly to the point that I need to go to hospital.
Yeah.
And just in few hours, my life changed completely because I had to had an operation that saved my life.
Yeah.
And I deeply appreciate for that.
Yeah.
And what happened is that I had a cyst and I knew about that cyst, but it's for some reason, and it grew, it doubled in the size, and it broke in my belly. So they really had to open and
Yes.
clean everything. And what I thought it will be the end of my contact with the hospital,
It was actually just the beginning.
was just the beginning. Yes, exactly, because I find out that I have cancer.
Yeah.
And then I had to have a follow up with the second operation, which was much bigger.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, although it was just like a few weeks, like 3 weeks between, cancer has already spread even to my lymphatic system, and I knew that I have to go for chemotherapy and do whatever I can do to heal myself.
Yeah.
My advantage was that I was, always working in IT, like a project manager, and I also always have businesses. I start first business when I was 19 years old,
Wow.
and I also had this coaching profession already for 10 years,
Yeah.
and that all gave me the tools to have a different approach than the medical system has. And my approach was that I am focused on solutions,
Yes.
and I test different ways to get the results to be healthy. So
So
I
this is what I wanted to ask you, because now that I know you have this amazing energy and I know that's how you think. My question is, were you always like that? So even at the point when you were told that, this horrible diagnosis,
Mhm.
did you have the normal reaction of sort of feeling like, oh my God, this is like horrible and going really low? Or were you like you are now, saying, okay, that's fine, how am I going to fix this? Do you
So
remember?
yes, I remember. No, at the first, it was more my body who has a reaction. So I was physically in the toilet and I couldn't get out. But psychologically, I was in good place. First of all, because I was not so much aware
Right.
about the gravity of the situation. It was that okay? There is this disease. Was really difficult for me through the journey was the pain. It was really difficult to manage the pain,
Yeah.
and I think that this is, of course, affect the psychological aspect of all that.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
if you are in physical pain, it's hard
Yeah.
to be
Correct. It's hard to
trust
be in a good
people.
mindset, of course. Yeah.
Exactly, it's hard to even work on your mindset. So that was the number one issue I had to address, and not
Yeah.
always was possible. Sometimes the
So
only possible
it
way.
sounds like almost like what you're saying is, as soon as you even got the diagnosis, you were already in solution mode. So even though your body was in a lot of physical pain, your mind was already thinking, how am I going to fix this and what is the solution? Because you then shared with me how the answer, so-called answer, came to you when your friend reached out to you and said, hey, there's this practitioner. I, you know,
Of course, I'm human, so I want to make also clear that there were some moments that I just had it enough. So I
we,
just don't want to also create this Hollywood scenario where I was, in my bed looking pretty, my fingers like that, and
of
ooh.
course, yeah, no, there is a lot of struggle. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I want to be with you all very clear. There were moments that I was so down, mostly with the pain.
Yeah,
But what my fate and my way of thinking helped me to do with all that situation was that I was able to let it go. I said, I want to live, I want to be healthy, I want to, have time with my kids. I have wonderful family. I
yes.
want that. I have crazy a lot of ideas. I don't want to have all.
How old were your children at the time? Just remind us. How old were they when you got
So my daughter was 6,
Wow,
and yeah, and my son 10.
wow.
So yeah. my daughter, of course, they noticed that I'm lying, and what was important for me, it's that I am alone. When I was really in pain, I really did not want to be witness, because
Yes.
it was bothering me,
Yeah.
like, because I know that no one could help me, and it was too hard for them.
Yes. Yes.
So I had a separate room in my house when I was, a lot of alone. So of course they knew, and they knew that, for
Yes.
example, they cannot jump on me,
Yes.
because of course we hugged a lot. So there was understanding. So they need to understand that there were new rules, and
Yes.
I had
Yes.
different. But it was fortunately, they were happy, because of course we had a lot of guests. My family was coming with some presents for them. So
Yes.
I don't think so that they had a big, but of course I don't know that for sure how that impacted them for the
Yes.
future. And
Yes.
I try as soon as I was well, act
Yeah.
normal as I could.
Yeah.
Of course, they also saw me through physical change. I lost my hair, so you cannot really hide that now.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us about this amazing image cycling solution that kind of came to you through your friend, and give us a little bit about that, because that's a really amazing story.
This is really amazing story, and I'm happy to share. So it really came, as we just said, in a perfect moment. So after my chemio, and my project manager and me said, okay, done, everything is done, so I should be healthy, I should
Yeah.
get the results.
Yeah.
And that was not the case, and the doctor told me that cancer spread to my lungs, which, even if you are not a doctor, it's not a good way.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was really hard. I will not lie, it was really hard to get that, because I was really in shock.
Yeah.
But also, that was amazing how life works, because the same day, I kid you not, the same day I got a message from my friend that I have not spoke with her for some time. Am I? And I explained that, and she said, I know someone from United States who is practitioner, and she work with cancer patients. Would you be open? And that's, I think, important also for people to hear. I was open. I am open.
Yeah.
And what frustrates me sometimes, that the people are not open. And
Yes.
for me, it's only about perspective. You
Yes.
don't have much to lose.
Yes.
So I said, of course. And she was so, nice. She paid for the consultation.
Wow.
And during that consultation, I learned about this tool called image cycling.
Yeah.
It is amazing tool that is studied already, I think, for more than 20 years by
Yes.
Dr. Bankston, and which
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
And my experience was also very quick and amazing, that I have to prepare for the session 7 of my dreams. And not
Right.
only 7 of my dreams, but they have to be mine. It cannot be peace in the world. It cannot be something for my children. It have to be connected to my. Also, I
Yeah.
wanted to have a nice car, or a beautiful trips, or someone
Yes.
who I want
Yeah.
to marry. And what it did instantly is redirected my attention from this fucking diagnosis that is like really bad, and for the sad people who like, oh my god, next one, who is
Yes. Yeah. And
exactly. And she is asking me about my dreams. I'm like, so first I was
And
in
that's
shock.
actually, it's hard to do that, right? When you're in that state, it's
Mhm.
very difficult to say, okay, I've just been told I've got a terminal illness with very little time left, and you're asking me to imagine myself in a, was it a red sports car whizzing down the highway?
When she asked me about those dreams, okay, the question was shocking, but when I started to think and feel and hear what I really want, uh,
Yes.
I started to feel better. Like,
Yes.
simple like this, because instead of worrying, I was having a solution again, something that can do
Things
something.
to focus on. Yeah.
And what I want to also to say, that in this method, particularly this method, your commitment is everything. If you want to just do it, because there are some people who do it, instead of giving 200%, they give 5. They write something on the paper, and and they want to receive healing. They want to, you heal me,
Yes.
like. Yeah,
Yes.
go.
The responsibility is on the healer. And this is actually, I was having this conversation just before coming on live with you. This is almost like how we have been programmed, that we go to someone, we give them our problem, and they heal us, right? But it's the concept of, actually they will show you the path, but you have to heal yourself. The journey of self-empowerment or self-healing comes from within. Yes.
Is a privilege because it's your body, it's you, and
Yeah.
you will do the consequences of any decisions that you take. Of course,
Yeah.
go and check many experts, go to check with the doctor, whatever is your situation. I'm not saying that, oh, I will not see anyone because all the answers are inside of me.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
But taking responsibility is extremely difficult because we are brainwashed from very young age that it's not in your control, that we are not powerful, that we are just someone who comes and have to, is stupid, doesn't know how to walk. Said to my mom, concerning the virus
Yes.
at the moment. If when I was sick, I had to watch every day television with the number. Oh, today we have 4,000 people who got cancer, 4,000 die. Good morning.
Yes.
How are you today? I wouldn't have a chance. I mean, I
No,
just wouldn't have
you
a chance.
wouldn't. You wouldn't. You're right. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
have pay attention, what you have been told.
Yes.
And in a crisis moment, it's really a time where you have to realize, be aware of that and take decision. And this is another superpower of you. You can decide, you can change something different. And I know that at the beginning can be scary
Yeah.
because you know what, the problem is that people think that if I'm telling that I am responsible for me, it
Yeah.
means also that I am responsible for the cancer I got, that it's my fault.
Yes.
And this is a huge story that I want to just say it is
Yes.
not true. If
Yes.
you want to blame someone, you can find a few companies who
Yeah.
actually pollute our planet. And let's talk
Yes.
here. And not, and the whole system is, oh, maybe you eat the wrong
You
thing,
ate the
you
wrong.
think
Yeah.
wrongly, or
Yeah.
whatever. No, no, no. Just take stand for yourself.
Yeah.
It's not easy now. Not all of the things is easy, and I understand that some people, and I was also, when I was in pain, all I wanted was a pill, just
Yes.
release
Of course.
the thing. So
Yes.
there are so many aspects that we are talking here. That's why, first of all, I always said that self-love and self-compassion need to be in your toolbox.
Yes.
Without them, it's so hard to have another perspective. Look
Of
with the
course.
fresh eye or on your situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you actually went from being told that the cancer has spread to being in full remission in a week, if I remember correctly.
Yes, because my doctor, after our first meeting, we were all in shock, and he decided, and I didn't want to talk more because, yeah, I wasn't shocked. And he asked me to do PET scan, which, as you know, shows on all
Everything.
cancer
Yeah.
cells in your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
And in a few days, I had that scan done. And then when I come to this meeting, he's supposed to tell me, what is the situation. And I
Yeah.
also remember I was like in my suit, going, okay, let's do a new plan. Open the door, and I wanted to call my sister because, as a doctor, she know how to talk with him, because for me
Yes.
it was really
Exactly.
complicated.
Yes.
And I wanted, okay, let's call Agnieszka, and my doctor said, no, no, before we call her, I need to tell you something. And my first thought, honestly, was, oh, how bad it can be, like.
Yeah.
I was not thinking that it is I'm healed. I was like, oh God, what else,
It's going to be really like some more bad news.
Yeah. And he told me that no, there are like no cancer cells. And in that moment, so he had to repeat to me like this few times. That the most stressful thing was after 3 months, I had the scan again.
Yes.
That was, oh my God, that was so difficult. Yeah,
Right.
but
But because you thought maybe it's could come back or something, or it
of
was a
course.
fluke or
Of course, because that's what people also expect. Oh, you are lucky now, but just wait. This is, for example, now I will have my checkup end of this month for beginning of April, and I'm on this really long fasting program.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, because what I explained to myself that of course this cancer had some kind of problem. I had some problem in my body. So my priority now have to be to support my body as much as I can.
Yes.
And I try all the time. I think it helps with my stress also, that I know that I did something
You're
very
doing
helpful.
something. You're actually, you've got an action rather
Yeah,
than just sit there and wait. You're doing something constructive.
prevention.
Yeah.
Prevention. And yeah, I'm finding a lot of amazing stuff. So uh, I don't I don't think so. I know a person who wouldn't be stressed
Of
after
course. Yeah.
the huge
Yeah.
trauma. So
Of course.
as I said, I want to be really real with people. It's not that I'm now in nirvana every day.
No, I think this is why, we both get along so well. We're both about saying it like it is. There's no, we're not sort of glossing it up, but it's a reality. We're human beings, and we have down days. I have down days. I have had a down day in this last week. And but all the people who have the knowledge and the spiritual wisdom and the feel like they've seen a better path, they still have bad days, and that's okay. And I think it's important to share that, because if you don't, then people were like, oh my god, I'm not there. It's, we have to share the good and the bad and the ugly, and that's what makes us human beings, and that's okay.
First of all, I just wanted to comment one thing, because you said, let's be real. We are living here and there's good, there's bad. And I wanted also to say, let's be real. Miracles are normal.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
want that to be, this is why I also wrote the book, with this idea that it's not that I am
Special.
someone, very, very special with this very, very special power. I am, of course
Yeah.
I am, but you are too.
Yes.
And I call the book The Healing Mindset: How Cancer Activated My 8 Superpowers, because that's exactly what has happened.
Yeah.
When you are in a challenging situation, whatever it is, health or something else, you are asked to activate something new in yourself, a new
Yeah.
perspective, a new resource. You know, one of the superpowers is create your support team.
Yes.
With my cancer story, I couldn't hide anything because ambulance came during the night. So like
Yeah.
everybody basically knew
The whole neighborhood.
exactly what has happened. That people really show the best, that they could. I'm still so touched,
Yeah.
because for me one of the big lessons during the journey healing was asking for help.
Yeah.
And actually, it was not so hard, because first of all, I didn't know, I never wanted to be a best-selling author, which I am now. I had this big ego that I have to deliver the best book and so on. I
Yeah.
just said that I really want to help. I really want to help, but I cannot, I had so many talks with people. I cannot spend so
Keep
many
saying,
time
yes, exactly. So you
repeat
have to,
everything.
exactly,
So I
correct.
wanted
Yeah.
to have something that, okay, you need help, here it is, it's just a few dollars, and you have a whole thing
Yeah. Just
with the
go.
link, the information, what you can
Yeah.
do, and
Yeah.
follow the
Yeah.
framework. And
Yeah.
if you have a question, of course, but I cannot spend hours with one person and repeat
Exactly. Yeah.
everything.
I think what's so beautiful there is the intention. Your intention was to help. You didn't write the book with the intention to become a best-selling author, but then now you are.
Exactly. So I exactly totally agree. And just to tell you, with the book, I want to also mention that uh, the book or the course that you did, nothing of that is easy.
Yeah.
And we have something in our nature, that we would prefer that all those things are easy, because yeah, we have all so many other things. We have families, we have all the other things.
Yeah. So many responsibilities as women.
Exactly. So I just come back with all this self-love and self-compassion, and being also realistic. I had time to write it. I had the time. I took the time. It wasn't in one day, 1 month. It took me more time. I have people who help me with to check the book edition and so on.
Yes. Yeah.
So whole process. So don't judge if you or your people who are watching you us now have a project like that. Just don't judge yourself. Have self love on self compassion
Yeah.
for
What are
that.
you doing now, Eva? So you've written the book, and I know you're looking to help businesses. Like, so you're trying to merge your coaching background with your cancer healing journey and your positive mindset. I mean, I think I don't have to say it, but your energy is infectious. You know, every time I listen to you, I do feel like someone has injected me with like a boost of energy. So, I just absolutely love speaking with you. But tell us a little bit about your what you're doing right now with your work.
Yeah, thank you. It was actually an interesting journey for me because I love helping people through coaching, business coaching that I did already since 2008.
Yeah,
And I also love project manager in me and IT. It's
yeah,
fascinating.
yeah,
So I was asking myself what I can do with this also healing powers and this perspective on healing of our body. And I see also our businesses also like a body.
yes,
And sometimes if you are stuck in your business, it's because you need a different perspective. You need so-called healing, and I love helping, especially honestly, women in business
yeah,
who have big goals, big desires to step up on this another level without sacrificing their health,
yes,
because often where we are in the business it's because we just put everything on our shoulder and we
yes,
do it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
with my experience, and you that also know, we don't need to do it anymore. If you can heal for something as severe as a cancer in a week,
yeah,
you can do everything.
yeah.
You know
You literally can do anything.
exactly, and I think that that's thought scare us
Yes,
because it is outside our comfort zone, and that's why I love so much coaching. I work in my program Fearful to Free
yes,
with women one-on-one, because sometimes, as you know very well, it's one sentence, one thing that
yes.
just
That
have to
aha moment that the lock is broken and you're free.
exactly, exactly. And then, I mean, it's a perfect timing, wouldn't you say? On the one hand, we have so
Yeah.
many really true crises, but as we know, with all crises come unexpected possibilities that
Yes,
have
we,
not
we
been,
grow we grow in pain. We always, evolve, and we grow and we become stronger in through pain and through the hardship. And whatever doesn't break us will only make us stronger.
yeah, but for us not to be broken, and I think we need to have time to be.
Yeah, one of the things that I am trying to advocate and get out there is this idea of self-care being a lifestyle, like as a lifestyle change. It's not like I use the analogy of brushing your teeth. So we brush our teeth every day. We don't wait till we have a smelly mouth or cavities and then we brush our teeth. And also, once we get really good at brushing our teeth, we don't stop, right? And say, oh, I've been brushing my teeth for the last 10 years. I'm really good at it. Now I don't have to do it anymore. It's actually really just common sense. But unfortunately, with self-care, we tend to use our self-care tools when we are either down or going down. We don't do it when we're good. We have to, because the environment is such that if you don't make that shift, you're going to go down.
I think we have to put it very clearly, and I'm also very, very clear on that. If you don't, you have like no chance. I mean it. It's not it's just I see what's happening around me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see. I don't have to watch TV or some. It's just with your neighbors how many suicides or very, very
yes,
difficult situations that
yes,
could be avoided. But
yes,
and again, I'm talking. I can so much relate to you on that,
yeah,
because we have not been taught from young age how important taking care of you
yeah,
is.
Yes.
especially if you are a woman, especially if you are a mother, because you are this
Yes.
just not
Giving.
natural giving person, and one day you collapse and you have like, what happened? What has happened? I don't know.
And then when you collapse, all the people that you cared for are not there to pick you up. And I know you feel the same way. And this is why we're having this conversation. It's about building up the support network and connecting with like-minded people. It's this concept of group consciousness that, as human beings, we're wired for connection. But we have to connect with people like who are like-minded people on a similar journey. And then that connection is exponential. So if you have then 1 plus 1 is not two, 1 plus 1 becomes three.
Yeah, I have also a tip for especially mothers, because some people ask me, how could I, go and do the fasting, leave my children.
I was going to ask you about that because I know you've currently left your children, they're a little bit older,
Yeah.
and you've kind of gone away to do something that's important for you, please.
Yes. So I know that it is like a guilt or something. Oh my God, I cannot do it. But what I ask myself, and I wanted you also to ask this question, if you have children, what you would like your daughter or son do if they were you?
Yeah.
Because your children, they don't learn what you say. You can say whatever you want. They watch you,
Yes.
what you do.
Yes.
So if you a role model for them, that it's actually crucial to take time, if organize with the own support team and
Yeah.
take time for you
You.
to recover, to be strong, and then come back and serve and do
Yes.
your passion
You.
work and so on. It's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
So if you have time, difficult time with focusing on you, just ask yourself, would you like that your daughter will behave the same as you did, like
Yes.
she
Yes.
collapsed.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's brilliant that you've been away on a retreat for, a period of time, because it's going to empower you in an exponential way, and you'll have a lot more of yourself to give to your
Exactly.
children when you go back, right? Otherwise, you're just running on fumes. And so yeah, is there any other final parting words? It's been such an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Is there anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I want to just add once again, congratulations to everybody who are on this beautiful journey of taking care of themselves. I believe that this is the way.
Yeah.
Whatever your dreams are, if you are not empowered, if you don't have energy, it's hard to fulfill them.
Yes.
So we focus on that. Congratulations. And if you have a business and would like to have support, I would love to connect.
The energy, it's so infectious. So thank you so much, Eva. I really appreciate that. And
Thank
I
you.
wish you all the best with your journey as well. And maybe we can connect again soon.